Hello, this is Lisa from Happy Stamp, and today we are going to make this card. Does a little watercoloring with our stamp pads and just something light on the inside. So let's go ahead and get started. It's using the Best Thoughts stamp set from Stampin' Up, and this is a Hostess stamp set. If you place an order of $150 or you have a book party or a party that places $150 or more, you can get this stamp set for $10. 10 of your Hostess dollars would be spent if you wanted to get this on your order. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. I'm going to be watercoloring on the shimmery white cardstock, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss the image on this piece of shimmery cardstock. And let's see. I want it this way. Okay. Gotta remember you have to do opposite of how you want it to be. I'll use my embossing buddy. Try and eliminate as much static as possible. And let's see, I'll put this over here, try and leave some of the bottom for the sentiment. Okay, and then I'm going to take my gold embossing powder. Okay, that looks pretty good. Tap off any extra there. Seems like I always make such a mess, careful as I try to be. So I'm going to take my heat gun and I am going to melt my embossing powder, but I want to let my heat gun warm up a little bit before I bring it to the paper. It helps with warping, keeps it down a little bit. Okay. All right. Isn't that pretty with the gold? I think so. All right, it did warp a little bit, but that's okay because we're going to be adhering it with some foam tape, so it'll straighten it out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take my, this is just a clipboard, and some blue masking tape. And just put this down on my board so that it doesn't warp anymore than it already has. Because this is not watercolor paper. So when you take it off your board, or whatever you're using, if you're using something, you just want to be really careful when you peel off your tape. I need to get my old olive because I forgot that for the stem. But for the, I think this is called a rhododendron, not for sure. I have Night of Navy, Marina Mist, and Soft Sky. And all I'm doing is opening it up and squeezing the inside, and then that's going to put a little pool of ink in the middle of my lid that I can pick up and use for my watercoloring. And I'm using an aqua painter from Stampin' Up. And all you do is fill up this barrel with water. And then to get it started, just squeeze it and it gets the tip wet. So I'm just going to brush over this just to get it a little wet. And you definitely don't want to use regular cardstock for this because it will pill. So I'm going to go in and just kind of do a wash of my lightest color first. And I'm not being real careful with this. If it goes out of the lines, that's okay. And I'm also going over the leaves. I thought it looked better with just all blue on this one rather than having the green on the leaves for some reason. And you can't really tell once you get it watercolored that it's supposed to be leaves, or at least to me you can't. And then I'm just going to come in with some of the Marina Mist and just kind of drop some color in wherever you want. And then I'm going to take some of my Night of Navy and I'm going to try and do that kind of like in the centers of the flowers, or the edges where it supposedly would be darker. Where there would kind of be like a shadow. All right, I'm going to dry this with my heat gun, and then I think I'm going to come in and put some darker colors. And you want to be careful not to heat it too much because you'll burn your embossing powder, so you really got to keep it moving. All right, now I'm going to come in with my Night of Navy again and just pop in some darker areas. And then I'm just going to take some water and just kind of, because I don't want them that dark. Okay. I think that's good. All right, let's close these up. Now I'm going to bring in my old olive, do the same thing. Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to take my heat gun again and dry it a final time. Okay. Now I'm going to take my sentiment and I'm going to heat emboss that as well. That's from the same stamp set. And actually, I think I'm going to take it off this because I've got a little more room down at the bottom, and I want to make sure I get it in the right spot. All right, yeah, go down there. And I also think, so that I get it in the right spot, I'm going to use my, this is like oh, I can't, a Misty, but this is, it's called a Stampin'UP, and this is the small size, which is called a Nano. So I can put this where I want it. Bring this over. Pick that up. Get my Versamark. Stamp my sentiment, or get it inked up. It's just like a Stampin'-UP. And this is not from Stampin' Up. There we go. All right, so take this out. My gold embossing powder back out. And I forgot to use my embossing buddy on this one, but it didn't come out too bad. Okay. So I will take my heat gun again. And it's pretty well heated up. All right. So pretty. Nice and shiny and sparkly. All right, so my background or my card piece is a piece of Marina Mist that is 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm going to score that at 5 1/2. And fold that in half and give it a good crease with my bone folder. Okay, and then I'm going to take my watercolor piece, and I think I'm going to use foam tape on the back of this so that it'll really lie flat. Since I was watercoloring on it. Oh, goodness sakes. All right. Peel off the backing. And then place this on the front, leaving a border, equal border on all 3 sides, and then it's nice and flat. All right. Stampin' Dimensionals would work, you just have to put a lot on there. So on the inside, we will take just a plain piece of Whisper White, just the regular Whisper White that is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to take the Marina Mist with the flower again, and I'm going to ink that up. And I'm going to stamp off once. And that'll make it lighter on the inside so you can write whatever you want to write right on top of it. Okay. And that will go on the inside with some fast fuse. Sorry. Make sure I don't get ink on it with my stamp there. Okay, isn't that pretty? And then the last thing I'm going to do is put some sparkly clear sequins on here. Unfortunately, these aren't from Stampin' Up! Either, but I didn't have any. We don't have any that would. I don't like that. We have some white ones in our mix, but I didn't really like those. Let's see if I can find. These are from Pretty Pink Posh. Get that out of there. I'm hoping they give us some more sequins in the new catalog, which comes out in June 1st. There we go. Cover those before I spill them. And then I'm going to just take my Tombow Monte Multi and just put a little dot. Ooh, that was a big dot. There we go. This one just doesn't want to stay down. There. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little ribbon, and this is our Marina Mist cotton ribbon. And I'm going to use a glue dot and put that right on with the glue dot. And that goes right there. And I'm just going to give these a little trim. And that is it. This one's a little lighter, but I think it's still pretty. Every one that you do is going to be different. If you have any questions, please let me know. All supplies except for the sequins can be purchased in my online store at www.happystamp.stampinup.net. Be sure to subscribe and like my channel. I would appreciate it, and have a great day. Thanks a lot. Bye.